What is call? A call method is a predefined JavaScript method or function which is used to invoke or call a method along with an owner object as an argument. The owner object is nothing but a object which passed inside call function as an argument. Let's see an example for call method. Let me open the VS Code. Inside this VS Code we have already done call method code. Let's see each line one by one. In this code we have two objects. First object is const person and second object is const person1. Whenever you write an object inside a JavaScript file, you have to use curly brackets. Inside this curly brackets we have properties. Property is nothing but key and value pair. In this, full name is key and function is value. Whenever you write key with an function that is inside an object, we have to say it as object method. So this is considered as object method. Inside this function we have this dot first name plus some space and this dot last name. For space we have used quotation. This refers to the parent object, that is nothing but an owner object in this code. This refers to the owner object. If it is not mentioned, any object is not mentioned, this will refers to the global object. Then the output will be a window. If it is in strict mode, it show undefined. After that we have const person1. Inside this const person1 we have two properties, that is first name Ron, last name Kennedy. After that we have console.log. Inside this console.log we have person. This person refers to the first object. After that we have full name. Full name is nothing but a function inside this person object. So we have used full name. Full name is a function name. After that we have call, which is nothing but a predefined JavaScript method. Inside this call function we have given an argument person1, that is a second object as an argument. Now this second object is considered as temporary owner object. So this refers to the temporary owner object because this keyword refers to the whenever we call any object as an argument inside a call function, this keyword refers to that object. So now this dot first name become person1 dot first name, that is wrong. After that we have this dot last name. This dot last name refers to the person1 dot last name, that is Kennedy. Let me open the terminal and show the output. Let's type node scope.js. So output is Ron Kennedy. That's it. Why do we use call method? We use call method to explicitly set the value of this keyword when calling a function. It lets you run a function as if it belongs to another object, even though the method wasn't mentioned inside that object. Let me open the VS Code and show some example. I have already done this code. In this code we have two objects. Object 1 is const person and object 2 is const another person. Inside this object 1, that is person, we have name Shelby. After that we have object method, that is greet. Inside that we have function. Inside the function we have console.log hi this dot name. This refers to the owner object, that is person. After that we have const another person, that is second object. Inside the second object we have property as name John. After that we have person dot greet. We are calling greet function, which is inside the person object. So when we call the greet function, the greet function goes to the function. Inside this function we have console.log hi plus this. Now this refers to the person object. So the object 1, that is now considered as an owner object. So this dot name become person dot name. So the output will be, let me show you, let me open the terminal and show you the output. Let's type node scope.js. The output is hi Shelby, because this refers to the person name, that is Shelby. So hi Shelby get printed. We need to access this another person method, so we cannot use it as greet. Inside greet we cannot use it as an argument, so we need to use call method. So greet dot call. Inside this call I am passing another person as an argument. So now the owner object is changed as another object, that is temporary owner object. So this refers to this temporary owner object, that is another person. So another person become another person dot, this become another person dot name. So the output will be, let me show you, node scope dot js. The output will be hi John. So this is how we do using call method. Even though the greet method belongs to person, we make it work with another person by using call. That's how the call method works. In summary, why we use call means to borrow methods from other objects, to control this keyword in function calls, to avoid errors caused by lost this keyword. Example, when passing a method as a callback. Let's see difference between call, apply, bind methods. Call method calls the function immediately, pass arguments separately. For syntax, we use function.call. This argument refers to the object. In this, we have function great.call. Inside this call, we have another person, which is nothing but a temporary owner object. This temporary object owner object is known as this argument. We can also send preset values like argument 1 and argument 2. Let me show you that. Let's give two parameters inside this function. I'm giving first parameter as city and second parameter as country. For that, I inside this dot name, I'm using plus comma plus city plus comma plus country. Inside this call function, I'm going to send some value as an argument. That is, we can send this argument as separately. So I am using double quotation, using Egypt as a city and Africa as a country. Now let me open the terminal and show you the output. See, now the output is hi John, Egypt, Africa. So we can preset values using call function. After that, we have apply. Apply method is also similar like call method. It is also a predefined JavaScript method which also pass this argument, that is another object, owner object, as an argument, and send this value as an array. That is nothing but it passes argument as an array. If we use greet.apply, let me run the code. If I run the code, it will throw an array, create list from array format. We should pass this value as an array format. We cannot pass this value separately like call function. So we are going to use square bracket for creating an array. Now if we use node.scope.js, we get output as hi John, Egypt, Africa. That's how you should call apply method. After apply, we have bind method. Bind method creates a new function with permanently set this keyword value but doesn't call it immediately. Bind creates a new function with this set for later use. That's what it means. This keyword is set for later purpose. Let's see for example using bind function. For bind function, you need to I need to assign a variable. So I am creating a new variable const bin. Inside this, I'm typing person, which is nothing but a first object name dot. Inside this function first object, we have greet function, and getting that greet function and binding that greet function to another object, that is object 2, another person. So now the bind gets the this value, that is gets the function from object 1, that is greet function from object 1, and it uses for object 2. Inside this greet function we have this dot name. This dot name refers to, now this become another person, so this points to the temporary owner object, that is another person. So this value is always set to another person inside this bind. After that I am calling bin. Let's see what happens. Type in node scope.js. Sorry, there is a mistake. Like call, you can also send preset values that you can pass arguments separately. So I am sending Texas USA. Now let's type node scope.js. We have hi John Texas USA. That's how bind works. What's happening here? That is nothing but person.greet.bind another person creates a new function inside const bin. In that new function, this will always refers to another person, that is this will set to another person and for permanently. When you call bin, this values goes to this becomes this dot name become another person dot name, so we get John. So hi John, and the city and country is nothing but Texas and USA will be passed to that argument. That's how this code bind works. In this code bind works.